Hello, it is Deborah Fryer, and today is day 50. Woo, 50, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I am so excited that I am on day 50. And so I was thinking, well, what do I want to talk about today? And at first I was going to make a video about vision boards, but that got preempted by the number 5 because 5 is V, right? V, which is victory. And I'm feeling indeed very victorious because I have shown up. Oh, hello. I was just mentioning vision boards and there you are. That is so hilarious. You didn't even hear me say vision board and you showed up. I love that. I'm talking about V, not for vision board, but for victory. So I'm feeling very victorious because I'm on day 50, which is also the letter 5. I'm feeling very victorious because I've actually shown up 50 days in a row. And this is a huge victory for me because visibility is not something that was very, very comfortable for me when I started doing this process. I'm trained as a filmmaker and I'm used to being behind the camera. I'm used to witnessing other people's stories. And it was super, super uncomfortable for me to show up. Hey, Leanna, it's so nice to see you here. I'm talking about victory and the number 5, which you are going to love. I'm super glad you're here. This is so hilarious to me. I know I just interrupted myself mid-sentence, but it's super hilarious to me that I started making this Facebook Live, and the 2 people who showed up first are the 2 people at whom this message was inspired by. So one of them is vision boards, and the other one is about the number 5, which is V. So I have a whole bunch to say about that, so I'll get back to it. Okay, so V is, oh my gosh, you almost did your vision video and vision boards today. We are so connected. I love this, that when we're meditating, we just like, the stuff that's in the saw, that's in the ether, that's in the infinite field, it just starts to pour through us and we're all getting the same message at the same time. And that just delights me to no end. Okay, so V for victory. Victory is related to Ujjayi breath in yoga, right? That is when we breathe in such a way that we slightly constrict the muscles of the throat. It's called Ujjayi breath in Sanskrit. And that victory breath, we actually speed up the breath a little bit. It's that kind of it's got almost a cobra sound. It also is likened to the sound of the ocean. And that way of breathing through the nose takes us deeply into the parasympathetic nervous system. It gets the air all the way to the lowest lobes of the lungs so we can get the maximum oxygen exchange. And that also means not only do we oxygenate our brain, which the brain loves, and our organs and our tissues and our muscles, but we're also detoxifying because on the exhaling breath, the body knows how to get rid of what it doesn't need. It knows how to get rid of metabolic waste and CO2 and other elements that the body just doesn't need. So that's the victory breath, and I'm feeling victorious because I'm feeling so much more confident in being visible. Now, the flip side of victory, the BFF of victory, right, the other prong of the V of victory is victim. And I lived in my victim place for many, many years. I was terrified to be seen. I was terrified to make money. I was terrified to have any authority and any expertise because it didn't feel safe for me. And I have discovered ways to repattern, reprogram, reconnect my circuitry so that not only does it feel safe, but it actually feels like it's my birthright and it's my responsibility and it is my privilege and my honor and my joy to get to share with other people so that other people also start to feel safe being more visible, because the time is now. All our voices are needed. And I know if you're here listening, you are one of this very, very special souls on the planet who is here to do deep healing work. And I totally have truth bumps, which whenever I have truth bumps, that's my phrase for when all my hairs stand on end, and it's like all of my antennae have connected to the universal, and I get this resounding yes. So all of you who are watching, I know you're here because you have a message, because you are a beacon of love, you're a messenger of light, and the victim part of you that may feel stuck or scared or it's safer for me to be small and invisible is actually showing up to hold your hand and to help you feel grounded. This came through to me in a meditation where my victim part of me was actually the part of me that was grounding me. And when I realized that, I fell so in love with her, because it was like all the rest of me can be expansive and creative and sensitive and intuitive, and just can like live up here in the upper chakras. And the victim part is really rooting me and holding down. She came through in this vision of, when you go to a kid's birthday party and there's like a whole bunch of helium balloons, but they're tied to the picnic table. That's what my victim that it's time to make my video. That's my alarm. Guru Ram Dass chants to me when it's time to wake up. So anyway, that was it. What I was getting was the victim part of me was just like this beautiful anchor that's making it safe, and she's doing the worry part so that I don't have to, so that the other parts of me that are charismatic and visual and joyful and playful could go out and do more stuff. So that's one thing that came through about the victim and the victorious and the number 5. The other thing that came through loud and clear is that in the yoga world, in the Hindu tradition, the number 5 is a very important number, chatra. And those 5 elements live in the body, and those 5 elements are earth, water, fire, ether, and air. And when we're in integration and connection with all of that, we're so grounded, right? When that earth element is strong and it's in alignment, we're walking the earth and we matter. We literally have what's the word? The opposite of dispersed. We have condensed our energy into matter. We literally are matter. Hi, Katrina. I love you. So when we're connected to earth, we're physicalizing matter. We become matter. And we do matter. And that's a really, really important thing, because when we feel we don't matter, that's when we get out of alignment and the victim takes over, and we think it's okay to hide. We think it's okay to be invisible. We think it's okay to undercharge. We think it's okay to never share our gifts. And I implore you all to share them, because you all have such beautiful miracles and love to offer the world. So that's what I want to say about the earth element. The water element is really all about creativity. It's about your power. It's about you being in the flow. And I've been thinking about this a lot. This has been coming through a lot in meditation, because the words that we use in English for water are connected to flow. They're connected to money. Think about it. Affluence is one. Affluence literally means you are flowing into. Another one is currency, right? So currency, right? That's the money that goes around the world. It can be in any denomination from any country, but we call it currency. So it's this flow that flows through all of us. Another one is, think about banks, like a river bank, right? The bank keeps the flow in it, just like the banks keep the flow of our money flowing through, and it flows through our business and on out into whatever we want to use that money for, whatever we want to contribute it to. So those were some that came up. I feel like abundance is another one. So right in the middle of the word abundance is wave, right? Unda means wave, and that's contained in the word abundance. So when I started thinking about this, it was just like, wow, light bulbs went off that our money is really connected to our second chakra, to our creative power. And when you create from that place, whether you're creating a baby and having sex, or whether you're, creating vision boards or creating programs or writing or singing or creating art, it's all coming from that second chakra place of power. And then I started thinking about fire. So I'm kind of on fire right now. And when we're on fire, we just have this desire to put more out there, to put more beauty out there. And one of the things that fire does is that it also, it both puts out and it consumes. So fire is also reciprocal, just like we've talked about, or I've talked about, and you've heard me talk about how money is reciprocal and it wants to move around, and water also wants to flow around the entire planet, as indeed it does. Fire is like that too. Think about it in your digestive system. You take in and the fire consumes and it releases what it doesn't need. And so when we really embody this cycle of reciprocity and of taking in and digesting and giving out that flows through everything that we do, it becomes incredibly victorious. Same with breath, right? So that's this ether part that's coming in, and then the air is the sa, it's the universal that is flowing through and animating all of us and interconnecting all of us. And I just love this perfect constellation of people who are watching this right now, because obviously we're all in the same resonance, which is why we're here. So that's what I want to share today, is just the power of victory and being your own victory. Victory is Nike, right? She is the goddess, the winged goddess. And I'm so happy I blow your mind. I love you. Even though you're not in the class, I really feel like we're connecting, and I'm totally here for you, and I will support you however I can, Leanna. So thank you. And I'm happy to share mind blowing, because like once you get it, you can't not get it. It's like you can't unhear it and you can't unsee it. And that's kind of where I live these days, is I'm getting something, whether it's downloads or I'm such an open channel that stuff just wants to pour through me, and then it comes through me and it comes back out in these videos. I don't even need to know how. All I know is that the experience is really, really freaking amazing, and I'm so inspired and in love, and I really want to share it. So that's what my message is for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the love. I love it, love it, love it. I take it in and I give it right back tenfold out. And have a beautiful day, and much love to you all. Thank you for watching. It is day 50. I can't believe it. That means that I have 50 more days, but I'm even more inspired, because what else is possible? Like, I've kind of uncorked my shame on showing up, and so this is what happens. I'm like, kombucha when you shake it up, and you take off the tap, and it's like, psh, and that's what's happening. And that's what I want for all of you. When you get yourself in alignment from earth to the infinite, like, you pretty much are a channel, and you can create anything you want. You can have anything you want. Yes, right. Kimberly, are you by any chance dialing into my numbers? Because they are high right now, aren't they? So we have this awesome healer online, and if any of you is looking and you can see who each other is, you would serve yourself well if you go and check out Kimberly Campbell Sherry, because she is an incredible, really, really amazing intuitive healer. And you are going to love her read on your frequencies, because she can tell you where your vibrational frequency is. And I can feel mine is really, really high, because it's really, really fun. And really, that's how you create. Yeah. So you all go check Kimberly out, and thank you for watching this, and have a beautiful day. Love.